Afternoon, children. Good afternoon. We had learned about formed elements in blood in our previous class. We learned that there are different formed elements, and about each one we learned in detail. So broadly, you can categorize them into red blood cells, white blood cells, and blood platelets. And white blood cells are further categorized into granulocytes and agranulocytes. So I want you to quickly summarize the different formed elements starting from red blood cells. One of you can tell me about red blood cells, the main features that we learned. Who is going to say? You want me to call out your name? Anthony, tell me about red blood cells.
I was not the last.
That is not at all an excuse. Nobody told you not to join. You were free to join. If you haven't joined, it's your duty to listen. It's your duty to find out what was covered. Yesterday we didn't have a class. Did we have a class yesterday?
No.
No. So you got enough time to go through that. How can you say I was not there? It's your duty to find out what was taken when you were not there. Don't give me that excuse here afterwards. Punya?
Red blood cells are also called erythrocytes. They are biconcave in shape.
Yes.
They are produced with nuclei, but after some time the nucleus is absent for providing space for transporting oxygen and hemoglobin.
Then something else also we said are absent.
Cell organelles, mitochondria, Golgi bodies.
Okay. Then function, its lifespan.
Lifespan is average 120 days, and its main function is to transport gases.
Okay. Now tell me about white blood cells. General features about white blood cells. Naureen? General features.
They are colorless nucleated cells, and they are formed in bone marrow, lymph glands, and spleen.
Okay.
Average lifespan is 1 to 15 days.
Function?
Function, they take part in the immune system.
Okay. Which are the different granulocytes? I told you that white blood cells can be categorized into granulocytes and agranulocytes. What are the different subdivisions or different types of cells coming under granulocytes? Vidar, just the names.
Granulocyte.
Yes.
Neutrophils. Eosinophils.
Eosinophils.
And basophils.
Basophils. Tell me about eosinophils. Donna, what have you understood about eosinophils? What is its function, main function? Steffi?
Ma'am, they resist.
Yes. They resist?
They resist infections and they cause allergic reactions.
Okay, good. Then basophils. Meenakshi, basophils, what function do they perform?
Secrete histamine, steroid, etc. Cause inflammatory reactions.
Yes. Then neutrophils. Gayatri?
They are known as the soldiers of the body.
A little louder.
They destroy the foreign organisms entering the body.
What do you call that process by which they destroy? Engulfing foreign particles. What do you call it? Nandana, what do you call the process?
Phagocytosis.
Phagocytosis. So any foreign particle entering a body will be engulfed, or they'll carry out phagocytosis and destroys those foreign particles and defend or protect your body from infection. Then we learned about agranulocytes. So briefly tell me about agranulocytes. Malavika?
There are two types of agranulocytes, lymphocytes and monocytes. Lymphocytes are smallest WBC with large nucleus, and monocytes are large WBCs. Monocytosis does phagocytosis.
Okay, you told me about the two types of lymphocytes?
No, ma'am.
Okay, you know the answer?
B and T.
B lymphocytes and T lymphocytes. So that was about the different formed elements of blood. So, and we started with blood grouping, ABO blood grouping, we just started. So let's continue with that. Blood coagulation, hope you haven't forgotten. Any doubt in blood coagulation and blood clotting, children?
No.
Okay. So blood grouping, we'll start from the beginning of blood group. Just introduction I had given you. There are two types of blood grouping. RH blood grouping and also ABO blood grouping. Blood groups were discovered by Karl Landsteiner. In ABO blood grouping, it's based on the presence or absence of two surface antigens. Antigens are the chemicals which can produce or induce immune response. So there are two major antigens, A and B, and these antigens, as you can see in the picture, are attached to its surface of the red blood cells. So see figure A and B, type A and type B. In type A, you can see a green color, just a pictorial representation, a particular type of antigen, that is A, is attached to the surface of the red blood cells. And in type B also, you can see a different type of antigen attached to the surface of the red blood cells. So based on the antigen A and B, we categorize blood groups. Type A blood group will have antigen A, B blood group will have antigen B, AB blood group will have both the antigens A and B, and O blood group will have neither A or B antigen, nor neither A nor B will be present in O blood group. Similarly, so I told you that these antigens are found attached to the surface of the red blood cells. So in response, so corresponding to these antigens, some antibodies are also present in the plasma. Plasma, you know, it's a fluid component or the fluid part of the blood. So on the surface of the red blood cells, antigens are attached and antibodies are present in the plasma, the fluid portion of the blood. And A is present in blood. B blood group will have, with the help of the table, I'll show you. Okay, anyway, after seeing this, antigen A will have, let me take the pen. Okay. And this is blood group A, blood group B, blood group AB, and O blood group. So in blood group A, you can find antigen A, but the antibody present is anti-B, not anti-A. If anti-A is present, antigen and anti-A or antibody A will work together. They will work against each other. So that can cause complications. Antibody A or anti-A will be working against antigen. So they are opposite in their action. So both should not come together in the same blood. Antigen A and antibody B will be present in A blood group. Anti-B antibodies and antigen A are present in A blood group. Similarly, antigen B is present in blood group B, but the antibodies present are anti-A. So never get confused that it is B. So blood group is B, so antibodies also will be, don't think like that. Anti-A antibodies are found in blood group B, whereas anti-B antibodies are found in blood group A. And in AB, very important to note, no antibodies are present in AB blood group. Whereas in O blood group, no antigens, but both antibodies are present. This you should be thorough. Once again, I will repeat, in blood group A, and always remember that the naming of the blood group is based on the antigens. So blood group A has got antigen A, but the antibodies present are anti-B. Then blood group B, antigen present is B, antibodies anti-A. Blood group AB, both antigen present, none of the antibodies are present. O blood group, none of the antigens are present, but both antibodies are present. In case the antigen A combines with anti-A antibodies, or antigen B combines with anti-B antibodies, these blood cells will clump together and cause a condition known as agglutination. This can be fatal. It will affect the efficiency of this blood. It won't be able to transport different substances like gases, respiratory gases and all to a body. So its function will be or its function will get disabled, and it can be even fatal also. That is why before blood transfusion we always match the blood groups. If bloods with interactive antigens and antibodies. Interactive antigens and antibodies means, see, normally in antigen A, anti-B antibodies are there. We cannot call them as interactive antigen antibody. But antigen A and anti-A antibodies are interactive. They will interact with each other and causes clumping together of blood cells. Similarly, antigen B can attack anti-B antibodies can attack antigen B. They are interactive. So if interactive antigen and antibodies combine together, there can be clumping together of the red blood cells, and the condition is known as agglutination. It can have so much fatal complications in our body. Persons with O blood group are said to be universal donors, because they can donate blood to person with any other blood group. But there are some exceptions, like positive and negative will be learning. Other than that, we call O blood group as universal donor, because they can donate blood to persons with any other blood group. Similarly, persons with AB blood group are called universal recipients, because they can accept blood from all the other groups. So universal recipient is AB blood group and universal donor is O blood group. So here I told they can donate blood to all the other persons with any other blood group, but you will be learning about one more categorization. But generally you can say O blood group is considered to be the universal donor, and AB blood group is universal recipient, as they can receive blood from persons with any other blood group. Now let's see this table. The blood group A, antigen A is present. So naming of the blood group is based on the antigens present. So it is easy to remember. B blood group, antigen B. AB blood group, both antigens are there. O, so nothing is there. So nil, no antigen. So that is easy to remember. The name of the blood group depends upon the antigens present. Now to remember antibodies also, it is easy, because when antigen A is present, it cannot be anti-A. The antibodies present is anti-B. And in blood group B, antigen B is present, but antibodies present is anti-A antibodies. AB blood group, no antibodies. But in O blood group, both the antibodies are present. You have to be thorough with this. Don't get confused. Now, this table is there given in your textbook. A blood group, they can donate blood to A and AB. So those who are having A and AB blood group, to them we can donate blood from, or A blood group can be donated to people with A and AB blood group. And they can receive blood from O, or universal donor, and the same blood group. Then B blood group, they can receive blood from universal donor and its own blood group, but they can donate to B and AB. Okay? B and AB. AB is not having any antibodies. Then AB blood group, they can donate blood only to people who are having AB blood group. And AB blood group, they can receive blood from people with A blood group, B, AB and O. And those who are having O blood group, they are universal donors. They can donate to all the other blood groups, A, B, AB, O. But they can receive blood only from O blood group. And children, this is based on ABO blood grouping alone, but there can be some exceptions when you consider positive and negative blood group. So the next table, what I have given here, it is not there in your textbook, but this is the one which is followed. The table which I showed before is irrespective of positive and negative. So let's learn what is this positive and negative sign, what does it stand for, and then we will come back to this table. Next blood grouping is based on RH or rhesus factor. You call it as a rhesus factor. That is another antigen, it's a protein which is found on the red blood cells. So here you can see Rh positive blood and Rh negative blood. Rh positive means Rh factor is present. Rh negative means Rh factor is absent. Now what does this Rh or rhesus stands for? It came from the name of a monkey, Rhesus macaque, and this particular, it was in this, in the blood of this particular monkey that this rhesus factor was first found out. So in the beginning, scientists thought that this Rh factor, this protein found in rhesus monkey was similar to the one found in human beings. So they gave the name Rh factor. Okay, but later they understood that these proteins are different. The Rh factor or the protein present in the blood of monkey is different from that found in human beings. But already the name had become so common and widespread. So we are still continuing the same name, that is Rh factor. We call it Rh factor because this factor was first found in the blood of rhesus monkey. Rh positive means presence of Rh factor. Rh negative means absence of Rh factor. Nearly 80% of human beings are Rh positive. So very rarely, just 20% of the people are without Rh factor. They are Rh negative. Anti-Rh antibodies are not naturally found. See, when we discussed about blood group A, naturally that antibody, anti-B antibodies are found in blood. And then in case of blood group B, in their blood, naturally anti-A antibodies are found. And in O blood group, both the antibodies are present. Naturally, they are present. But anti-Rh antibodies are not naturally found. They will be formed when negative and positive, Rh positive and Rh negative blood gets a chance to interact, then these antibodies will be produced. They are not naturally found. They'll be released only when Rh positive and Rh negative blood interacts. Rh negative person can receive blood from Rh positive person only once. Just for one time, they can receive blood because the antibodies are not naturally found. But once it comes in contact, some antibodies will be produced against the Rh positive factor, and this might remain in the blood and in further blood transfusions that can create complications. So just one time they can receive blood, because at that time, so once they receive the blood, some Rh antibodies will be produced in the blood. Next time when he receives blood from an Rh positive person, there can be complications. Just once the blood can be received. A second yes.
Can you please repeat those 2 points?
Rh antibodies, they are not naturally found. Not naturally found means like when a person is having Rh negative, they don't have these antibodies already there in their body. Like when we said about blood group A, I told in blood group A, anti-B antibodies will be present in their plasma. In blood group B, I said in those people in the plasma, anti-A antibodies will be naturally found. And in O blood group, both antibodies will be there in the plasma. But anti-Rh antibodies, they are not naturally found. And they will be produced only when Rh positive and Rh negative blood interacts, get a chance to interact. For example, when an Rh negative person receives Rh positive blood, then these antibodies will be produced on exposure to positive blood. You got it, Punya?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And normally it is not found. And these antibodies against the Rh factor will be produced only when they get a chance to interact. So that is why it is said that a person can receive blood, a negative person means no Rh factor. He can receive blood from a person having this Rh factor for once. But on the first transfusion, when the blood is received, his body might start producing some antibodies. And these antibodies will remain in the blood. And second time, when he receives blood from an Rh positive person, that can create complication. It can result in agglutination. Therefore, Rh group also should be masked before transfusion. So in the table which I showed you just now, there nothing was mentioned about negative and positive blood group. And I'll just show you the slide which I showed you a few minutes back. This one you don't have to learn, but as a part of general knowledge, I'm showing this. Okay? You don't have to by heart it, but you should know this. O negative blood group. So here negative and positive, it is separated. In the previous one, generalized. No positive and negative is mentioned anywhere here. And when it is based on positive, because we check positive and negative blood also, only after that the blood transfusion is carried out. Negative blood group. They can donate blood group to all, negative. But they can receive only from, because negative means they are not having any Rh factor. Negative means they don't have any Rh factor. So when, if O negative blood is receiving blood. So in the previous slide, what did I say? O blood group can receive blood only from O. But here it is mentioned that O negative, if the blood group is O negative, they can receive blood only from O negative people. Why not O positive? Because if O positive is there, that means the blood group will have Rh factor. So when a negative person is receiving positive blood, anti-Rh antibodies will be produced. So they can receive blood only from negative person, but they can donate to everyone because they don't have any Rh factor. So it won't cause any complication, can be donated to everyone. Yes.
Can O negative receive O positive once?
Once it can, but generally only if there is no other way out, it will be done. Rh negative or negative person can receive positive blood only for once, we said. But as far as possible, that also will be avoided because next time, so unwanted, you don't have to produce any antibodies there in the body. So if there is no other way out, then that is carried out. Other than that, the same blood groups will be, or O negative only will be preferred. Okay, Punya?
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. And O positive. O positive, they can donate blood to AB positive, A positive, B positive, O positive. They cannot donate to negative people. We said O is universal donor. Actually, O negative is universal donor because O positive is having Rh factor. If they donate to negative blood group people, there can be complications. So they can donate only to AB positive, A positive, B positive, O positive. And they can receive blood from O negative also, not only O positive, O negative also, because being negative, it's not going to cause any harm. No antibodies there. So that is why they can receive from negative also. And again, negative blood group. They can donate to negative blood group people. The same chart which I showed in the previous slide. The only difference here is that those people who are negative, okay, they can donate blood. As we said earlier, same way they can donate the blood. But O positive persons can donate blood only to positive people. Those who are having positive blood group. See here, this whatever is given in your textbook, this chart is okay, but the only difference is that, so here we said A can donate to A can donate. Here I told you, A blood group people. Those who are having A blood group, here no positive and negative was mentioned. They can donate only to A and AB. So that is valid. This is applicable. But the change what is made is those who are having, so the previous table, what we said, those blood groups remain the same, but negative people can donate to all of them. But positive people can give only to positive people. Negative people can give to both positive and negative. But positive people can give only to, I think you're getting confused. See children, what I meant is, see here, A blood group people, my God, this pen is not getting selected. A blood group people can donate blood to A and AB. But if it is A positive, they can donate only to A positive and AB positive. But if they are negative, but if it is A negative blood, they can donate to both positive and negative. This is applicable. The chart which is given is correct. The only thing is that if the person is positive, they can donate blood only to positive people. But if he is B negative, he can donate to negative people and positive people. Are you getting the point, children? And the next one, AB. This is applicable for, if he is positive, he can donate to positive. But if it is AB negative, they can donate to both positive and negative AB blood group. And similarly, O positive. O positive means they can donate only to these people. But if he is O negative, along with that, negative people also can be, they can donate blood even to these negative people. Hope you have got. Once again, I will tell you, this chart is not there in your textbook. Those who are positive, they can donate only to positive people, because positive indicates the presence of Rh factor. So they can give only to people those who already have Rh factor. But when they are negative, they don't have any Rh factor. So whether it is positive or negative, it is not going to cause any complication. So that is why I told negative blood group people can donate it to both positive and negative. See, everywhere you check, negative people. Negative, they can donate to everyone. Positive, only for positive people. Negative, both for negative and positive people. Positive, they can give only to positive. Negative, positive and negative. Positive people, only to positive people. Negative, both who are negative and positive, to them they can donate. Okay, but the whom they can donate and whom they can receive remains the same. Only that sign changes. Okay, based on the negative rhesus factor, it is given. But when I say positive people, negative people can donate to all, doesn't mean that A negative can donate the blood to everyone. Already we have learned a table, no? In the light of this table, I'm saying A positive people when I say A positive people can donate only to positive people and A negative can donate to both positive and negative people, means these blood group. With reference to these blood groups, I'm saying, okay. Other than that, it doesn't mean that all those who are negative can donate to everyone. It's not that. In the light of this table, I'm saying A positive means they can donate only to A positive and AB positive. A negative means they can donate to A positive, A negative, AB positive and A negative. Is that clear? Did I confuse you, children? Did I confuse you? Is it clear what I was trying to convey? Okay, that second table, which is based on positive and negative signs or Rh factor, it's not mentioned in your textbook, but I felt that you should know that also. That is also checked, or that is also matched before the blood transfusion is carried out. So what table is given in your textbook, like each blood group can donate to whom and receive from whom, that is applicable. But only what you need to remember is those who are negative, they can donate to both positive and negative people. With the help of the table I'm saying, when I say A negative blood, that doesn't mean that to everyone. Already we have a table, no? So there, those who are negative and positive, both can receive blood from A negative people. But A positive means only those who are positive, we can donate it. Applicable for all blood groups. Negative people can donate to both positive and negative, but those who are positive can give only to positive people. Since you're not saying anything, I'm not able to understand whether you have understood. Can you people speak out? It's clear,
Yes,
or you want
ma'am.
me to repeat it? Okay. In between you respond, only then I can understand that you're following.
Ma'am, about the receiving person.
That also you want to see? I thought I'll wait one minute. Here, receiving blood. Negative people can receive only from negative people. It becomes ulta now. Okay? Okay. O negative people can receive only from O negative. And O positive, they can receive from O positive and O negative. So when you take the case of receiving, so donating, negative people can donate to both positive and negative. Receiving, negative people can receive only from negative blood groups. I'll repeat once again. If you take negative people can donate to both positive and negative blood groups, but positive people can donate only to positive people. That's about donating blood. Now coming to receiving blood. While receiving, negative people can receive only from negative people. But positive people can receive blood from both positive and negative. Is it clear? You write down somewhere. Okay.
Yes,
Donation, positive people only to positive people. Negative people to both positive and negative. But while receiving, negative people can receive only from negative people. Why? If they receive from positive blood, that antigen will reach. Antibodies will be produced. So while receiving, negative people receive only from negative people. But positive people can receive from both. Positive, definitely no problem. Both of them are having the same antigen. And negative people, no antibodies. So positive people can receive blood from both positive and negative blood groups. Clear, children? I think I'll wind up now. And after our short Christmas holidays, we'll meet. Any doubts? Any doubts? We can't say it is a long Christmas holidays, but a short break. No other doubts, no? Just go through that. If needed, next time when we see, I'll repeat it if you have any clarification. And don't worry too much about negative and positive. The chart, that is extra I had given because I felt you should understand that also. Okay, shall we wind up? You don't have tongue and mouth, children, nodding your head. Just okay. So happy Christmas in advance. Happy New Year, I will tell on 31st. We'll be having class. Okay, bye, children.
Thank you, ma'am. Bye.